Hello everybody, this is Tushar sir here, and today we are going to discuss on Jennifer's Tigers by Adrian Rich. And this poem is about, as you can see, patriarchal system, female subjugation and male domination. So as we know that it has been the system for centuries that men dominated the society and women were subjugated and suppressed, oppressed. They always played a second fiddle. So this is about that male chauvinism, that male chauvinistic world. And what she is trying to convey through the other aspect of this poem is that she is trying to convey that women should also have equal opportunities, that women also want a life like those of tigers. Why the tigers here actually? The reason is tigers are kind of symbol of her desires. They are symbolizing or suggesting her dreams and desires, that okay, the tigers are fearless, they are brave, they have certainty in their lives, there is some elegance, there is some confidence. So all those qualities she wants for women as well. So that's why it is tigers. And moreover, she is doing something. She is making tigers on a panel. So I'll tell you how. So let's move on to the poem, that how she has conveyed all this. So you can see, on Jennifer's tigers prance across a screen, bright topaz denizens of the world of green. So what is this across the screen? Here, what she is making tigers on a panel. So you might have seen that embroidery work. And what do we do in that? We just take a ring. In that ring, we just arrange a piece of cloth, and on that cloth piece, with the help of a needle, we just make something. We just make some figure or so with the help of just needle and thread. So that is the screen here. So Aunt Jennifer is making tigers on the panel. And how do they appear? Prance. That means they are moving about in a jumping manner. That's how they appear on the screen, like this. So bright topaz denizens. Now why bright topaz? Topaz, is a kind of gem, a stone, and that is of yellowish brown color. So the tigers, they too are of yellowish brown color. That's why this particular thing. Denizens. Denizens means residents of a particular area. So the tigers are dwellers of that green world of green. So tigers are the dwellers of what? The green world, the forest. So that's why prance across a screen, bright topaz denizens of the world of green. That means she is making a tiger on a panel, and the tigers appear to be moving in a jumping about manner, and they move about, they roam about in that huge world. Denizens, they live in that huge world of forest, they roam about there. But why the writer is stressing on this or explaining this thing, that denizens or residents of the forest or so? Now, there is no, that confinement. It's a huge world and they roam about all freely there in that huge world of forest. But with women it's not like that. Women are supposed to live within the four walls of a house, right? They are supposed to live within the four walls of a house, and they are not like tigers. They are confined, as I said. They are confined, but the tigers, no, they are free to move about in the whole of forest here and there, right? So that's why this thing has been specially given here. They do not fear the men beneath the tree. They pace in sleek, chivalric certainty. So the tigers are unafraid. They do not fear the men beneath the tree, like the hunters or whoever is there. In total, this means what? They are unafraid. They don't fear anybody. And they pace, they move about in what? Sleek, chivalric, certain. Sleek means elegance, full of confidence. Chivalric means brave and they are full of certainty. But women do not enjoy these privileges. These are like privileges to women. Yes, they don't have these pleasures in their life. Tigers are unafraid, but women are afraid. Tigers move about in an elegant and confident manner, but women not. The tigers are chivalric and brave, but women not. Why? The reason is they are not brought up like that. They are not brought up like that. It's like, you don't do this, you don't go there, you don't go out, it's not for you, it's for boys. You are a girl, you should live like this, you should wear dress like this. So there are certain, limitations, this and that always. So how come then, and how could there be that confidence? How could there be that bravery, that fearlessness? That is the reason. They are brought up differently. They are not allowed to go out and face the world. So they don't have those qualities of what? Confidence. They don't have this fearlessness and bravery. And then certainty. Even not that. How can there be any certainty in their lives when they are not allowed to take part in the decision-making process? The decision is taken by the male head of the family, and they are just informed, they are just told. Even today in educated families even in educated families, today when we say we are in a modern world, we are in a technologically advanced world, we are in a civilized world, we are in an educated world. But even today, in many families, even in educated families, this happens that women don't have any say. They are not allowed, their opinions don't matter, their likes and dislikes don't matter. They are to follow only, that they are simply to follow what decision is taken by the male elder. So then how can there be any certainty? Some decision is taken and they are told at the last moment, at the 11th hour, that we are going to do this. Then how can there be any certainty in their life? So it's all uncertain. And now on Jennifer's fingers flutter, that is tremble, quiver and quaver, shiver. So Aunt Jennifer's fingers flutter through her wool. Find even the ivory needle hard to pull. Finger, flutter. Use of, alliteration. Yes. So what? It's difficult. Now why is it so? Has she become so physically weak that even that needle she is unable to pull that out? Is it so? No, it's not that physical weakness. It is what? It is all mental. Yes. She is hesitant. She is hesitant to express her desire even in the form of tigers on the panel. She is afraid. She is afraid about the reaction of the society, the people, that what would people say? How would the society react? Because, yes, they would say something. Society, you know that. Well, society doesn't spare anybody. Yes, neither men nor women. And when it comes to women, society becomes harsher and even more bitter. Yes. We have several examples. For ages it has been going on like that. That every, we can say, limitation, every, say, that kind of curb, everything, every chain, everything is on what, every checks and bounds, everything is on women. For ages it has been that. So she's afraid that what would the society, the people say, how would they react? And she is doing nothing, she is simply that making tigers. She is expressing her desires even in the form of tigers. And she is afraid even of that people may object to that. Society might say something. So that's why her hands flutter and quiver and tremble. The massive weight of uncle's wedding band sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hand. The massive weight of uncle's wedding band, it's not that there is something heavy. This is about what? This is symbol. Wedding band is a symbol. Symbol of what? That in a wedded life, in a married life, a woman has to, have the burden of several things. Burden of what? Burden of husband's expectations, burden of children's expectations, burden of in-laws' expectations. So, after marriage or after wedding, it's what? Enough of your dreams, enough of your education, enough of your career, enough is enough. Enough of everything, it's like that. After that, there comes a full stop to everything. Everything. It's like what now? This is your world, this house and this family, and you have to just manage this. So the massive weight of uncle's wedding band, that's why this wedding band is very heavy. It curbs all their dreams and desires. It puts an end to everything. Now nothing. Okay, enough of everything. Now just see, this is the world. And this is the world where you have to live and what you have to manage. So that's why the wedding band is really quite happy. After wedding, everything changes for a woman. So, there are certain traditions to be followed, certain rituals to be followed, certain family systems to be observed. So that's what happens with a woman. And now, what in the last stanza? The poet says, when aunt is dead, her terrified hands will lie still ringed with the ordeals she was mastered by. Ordeals means difficult experiences. And this ring is also important for us. Yes, this too is quite important. So when aunt is dead, her terrified hands, that is her body itself, will reflect, will suggest what? Will lie still ringed. That means that will still be bound by certain things. And it will suggest and reflect what? Ordeal she was mastered by, the kind of difficult experiences she faced in her life, the suffering she underwent in her life, the tortures she faced in her life. So her body will reflect, will suggest that. Now, this ring has certain meanings, and in other terms, in other words, I can say that she won't be free even after her death. Yes. She won't be able to realize her dreams even after her death. Even death won't set her free. She will still be ringed even after her death. So what is this ring and what are the possible meanings of ring? The question has been asked here after the poem. So the possible meanings of rings are the ring of husband's domination, the ring of rituals and traditions, the ring of society. Yes. There is ring everywhere. There is restriction everywhere. So it's about that. And now the poet says, but whether she'll be able to realize her dream or not, whether she'll be free from those bonds or not. But yes, the tiger she has made on the panel will go on prancing, proud and unafraid. That means they will go on conveying her message to the society, whether she is able to realize her dreams or not, whether she gets free or not. But yes, the tigers will definitely convey her message to the society that women also want a life like those of tigers. They also want to be have fearlessness in their lives, have bravery in their life, have certainty in their life, have pride in their life, have equality in their life. So they also want all that in their life, an equal standing in the society, that they should be given a fair treatment in the society. So that wish, that desire will be conveyed through these tigers. So that is the poem about, and here the poet has used three symbols. Tiger itself is a symbol, then we can say this wedding band is a symbol, and then what? The ring is a symbol. So these are the three symbols used in this poem, and a very short poem, but yes, it conveys a strong message to the society. And though we can see that yes, the situations are changing, women are coming up, and yes, to having the top positions in different industries and different places, yet at different places in different societies we see that still there is that suppression, that oppression, that kind of cruelty against women, atrocities against women. So still we need more education about this, and this poem is all about that. Now let's discuss some important questions from this poem. See the first one: what picture of male chauvinism, that is in tyranny, do we find in the poem Aunt Jennifer's Tigers? So what picture of male chauvinism do we find here in this poem? We can say that men, they rule the society, and they suppress, they oppress women. Women feel tortured under the rule of men, we can say, under the regime of men. So that is the male chauvinism that we find, that they are fearless. The poem says or presents men as that they are fearless. They have certainty in their lives because they are the decision makers. They have confidence and they have bravery, chivalry. But women don't have all those things. So this is how this poem actually, we can say, adulate or idolize men. That once again, I should repeat this in just one go. I'll say that the poem tells us that men are unafraid, they are fearless, they have certainty in their lives, they are confident, they are brave and fearless. So these are the things, these are the qualities that the poem tells us of men. It idolizes men and says women actually, they are afraid, they don't have these qualities or these things, or they are always afraid of society and men. So that is how the poem tells us about the men or male chauvinism. What is suggested by the phrase massive weight of uncle's wedding band? So the massive weight of uncle's wedding band, as I told you while discussing the poem, is what the problems that a woman has to face in a wedded life, the sufferings that she has to undergo in a wedded life. That is the wedding band. Or in other terms, if I say that the wedding or the marriage that curbs all their dreams and desires, so that is the wedding band. That in a wedded life, a woman has to follow certain practices that the family observes. Kind of they have to bear the burden of the expectation of their the in-laws, the husband, the children. So she is always under that burden, under the burden of the whole family. So that is the wedding band here, and she has no identity of herself. She is known by the other names like the mother of this, the say the wife of this. So in that way, so the wedding band is after the wedding, their identities is all lost, and they are burdened in the different roles of under the different roles of the family, under the expectation of family, and their dreams and desires are to be sidelined. They are not are to be sidelined. They are sidelined. They all those things are there. Comes a full stop to all those things. So that is what happens with the women after wedding. And why does Aunt Jennifer create animals that are so different from her own character? So the animals like the tigers here, so they are actually a representation of her dreams and desires. The desires that she is unable to fulfill or that she won't be able to fulfill. So she expressed those desires in the form of tigers. She wants to have pride in her life. She wants to have confidence in her life. She wants to have fearlessness in her life. So all those things are represented through tigers. Tiger are actually a representation. They are representative of Aunt Jennifer, her wishes, her dreams, her desires. So that is the reason she is trying to fulfill her dream in the form of tigers, through those tigers. That's why she creates animals which are so different. And as a woman, she is unable to fulfill those dreams and desires. And so she is wishing or willing that through tigers, perhaps she would be able to live those dreams. So that is the reason. What will happen to Aunt Jennifer's tigers when she is dead? So when she is dead, the tigers will go on conveying her message. They'll go on prancing, proud and unafraid. That means they'll go on conveying her message to the society that women also want a life like those of tigers. They also want to have a fearless life, a life full of pride, life full of certainty, life full of elegance. So that message will be conveyed to the society through the tigers. And how do the words denizens and chivalric aid to our understanding of Aunt Jennifer's tigers? Chivalric means brave and denizens means what residents of a particular area. So how do these words add to our understanding? We can say that as denizens means the residents or dwellers of a particular area, so the tigers are the dwellers of the huge world of forest. So it tells us that. And chivalric means brave, so the tigers are brave and they roam about bravely, fearlessly in that green world. So this is how we get to know more about the tigers through these words, or yes, the characteristic feature of tigers comes out through these words. So that's it. This is all about your poem, Aunt Jennifer's Tigers. I hope it's now very much clear to you. There's nothing else in this poem except this patriarchal system, male chauvinism, female subjugation. So that is the theme, that is the underlying idea. So I think now it's very much clear. Thank you very much.